Let's be honest, Brazil gave me the feet, but Europe gave me the brain. Without the European mindset, I would just be another street player with fancy tricks. The raw material is Brazilian, but the machine is European. I didn't want to say this, I really didn't. But after watching what happened against Manchester City, silence is no longer an option. I am Ronaldo. I know what that white shirt weighs. I know the pain of the knee injuries, the pressure, the World Cups. And I know the difference between a legend and a child. What I saw on that pitch wasn't a footballer. It was a PR disaster waiting to happen. If you think the media is lying, you need to hear this. The uncomfortable truth starts now. I look at the number 7 on his back, and I feel a heaviness in my chest that goes beyond simple disappointment, because that number represents a sacred lineage in world football. That number was worn by Raúl González, by Cristiano Ronaldo, men who understood deep in their souls that at Real Madrid you do not demand respect simply because you show up, but rather you bleed for it every single day on the training ground and under the bright lights of the Santiago Bernabeu. Watching Vinicius against Manchester City wasn't just frustrating for those of us who love this club. It was genuinely embarrassing to witness the deterioration of a potentially great player. We lost 1-2, but the scoreline hides the real tragedy of the night because the result could be reversed in a second leg, but an attitude problem is a rot that stays. The tragedy is that we have a player with the talent to be a king, acting like a court jester, who is more interested in the spectacle than the substance of the sport. He spent 90 minutes fighting not against Kyle Walker or Ruben Dias, who are elite competitors that require total focus, but against the referee, against the crowd, and ultimately against his own shadow. Let us be brutally honest about what we are seeing, because the time for protecting him is over. Vini has become toxic to the structure of this team. In my time playing for the biggest clubs in the world, if I missed a chance or lost a duel, I did not scream at the linesman or throw a temper tantrum like a spoiled child. I put my head down, I gritted my teeth, and I made absolutely sure the next one went into the back of the net. Against City, Vini spent more time with his arms in the air complaining to anyone who would listen than he did with the ball at his feet, trying to change the outcome of the match. This behavior acts like a virus that infects the entire squad. You could see it clearly in Jude Bellingham's eyes, you could see it in Federico Valverde's body language, and the frustration was palpable. When your main outlet and your supposed superstar stops playing to argue with an official while the ball is still in play, the whole collective disconnects and the defensive shape collapses. He thinks he is fighting a crusade against the world, but in reality, he is just sabotaging his team and disrespecting the history of the badge he kisses. Football is a language, and right now, Vini has forgotten how to speak it fluently. He holds the ball for 5, 6, 7 seconds at a time, killing the rhythm and allowing the defense to reset completely. Modern European football, specifically the way Manchester City plays or the way Arsenal plays, is about 1-2 touch move. It is about speed of thought and execution. It is mathematical, it is orderly, and it is ruthless. Vini brings the chaos of the favela, which is beautiful when it works in isolated moments of brilliance, but it is absolute suicide against a tactical machine like Pep Guardiola's side. He ignored an open Kylian Mbappe 3 separate times to try a dribble that simply was not there, and that is not bravery, that is selfishness and a lack of footballing intelligence. This is where the difference between a Brazilian star who relies on flair and a European legend who relies on efficiency becomes painful to watch. Look at the discipline of players like Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden, who are technically gifted but work like dogs for the collective. They defend, they track back 50 yards, they suffer for the system because they know the system is bigger than them. Vini does not do this, he walks. He leaves our left back exposed to 2-on-1 situations constantly because he feels he is above the dirty work of tracking a runner. He thinks his status exempts him from the sweat and the grind, but he is wrong. Cristiano Ronaldo, even at his peak, when he was scoring 50 goals a season, understood that if the team doesn't defend, the team doesn't win titles. Vini wants the glory of the goal without the sweat of the recovery, and that is a recipe for failure at the highest level. I was known for the unexpected and for doing things that defenders could not predict. When the defender thought I went left, I was already gone to the right because I was always thinking one step ahead. Vini has lost that magic because he has lost his humility and his desire to learn. The rivals have mapped him completely. They know he will stop, he will step over, and he will try to cut inside to his right foot every single time. He has stopped evolving as a player. He relies entirely on raw speed and instinct, but at the elite level, defenders study you for hours before the match. City neutralized him not because they were faster than him, but because they were smarter than him. He is playing checkers while the rest of Europe is playing chess, and he is losing badly. We need to talk about the elephant in the room, which is his relationship with the other stars, specifically Mbappe and Rodrigo. I see a jealousy in Vini's game that terrifies me because it signals the end of a winning cycle. When Rodrigo has the ball, Vini's movement is sluggish and uninterested. When Mbappe makes a run, Vini delays the pass just long enough to ruin the angle. It looks like he is more concerned with being the main man and the face of the team than seeing Real Madrid win another Champions League. This is the Robinho syndrome all over again, the mistake of thinking you are bigger than the club. He forgets that Real Madrid was winning Champions Leagues long before he was born and will win them long after he is gone and forgotten. I hear the rumors swirling around the club, and I see the lack of hunger in his eyes. When you start demanding a salary that doubles your teammates' wages before you have even won a Ballon d'Or, you have lost the plot completely. The work ethic of legends like Kobe Bryant or Cristiano was driven by a terrified fear of failure and by an obsession with perfection that kept them awake at night. Vini seems driven by an obsession with image and fame. He wants the brand deal, he wants the Instagram likes, he wants the headlines and the fashion shows. But on the pitch where it actually matters, he is ghosting when the team needs a leader. Here is the hard truth that nobody wants to tell him to his face. If this continues, Vinicius Jr. will be remembered as a massive what-if and not as a greatest of all time. We have seen this story before with players like Adriano, with Ronaldinho, men who had immense God-given talent that was swallowed whole by a lack of mental discipline and focus. Real Madrid is a ruthless institution. If Endrick or Rodrigo continue to show more hunger in 10 minutes off the bench than Vini does in 90 minutes as a starter, the Santiago Bernabeu will turn on him without mercy. And once those fans turn on you, there is no coming back from that abyss. You want to know why his head is gone and why he looks distracted? Look at the news from just this week and connect the dots. Reports from Tribal Football and The Sun are confirming that the Saudi Pro League, specifically Al Ahly, is preparing a world record package for him because Mohamed Salah is considered too old for their project. We are talking about €1 billion package that would make him the richest athlete on earth. Instead of shutting this down immediately and focusing on beating City, Vini has rejected Real Madrid's recent renewal attempts because his head is turned by the money. He is flirting with the exit door while wearing the captain's armband in spirit, and that is a betrayal. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve the game and the bank account at the same time. It gets worse when you look at the internal politics. Look at the recent friction reported regarding Xabi Alonso and the locker room dynamics. There are leaked reports that the entourage of Vini is already speaking to other clubs using the racism narrative as an excuse to leave Spain and go to a place where the football is weaker but the checks are bigger. While his fight against racism is valid and absolutely necessary, using it as leverage for a transfer negotiation or a contract dispute is a dangerous and cynical game that dishonors the cause. The focus has shifted entirely from the question of how do I beat Kyle Walker to the question of how do I get my move and secure my €1 billion. And that, my friends, is exactly why he failed us against City and why he will continue to fail until he fixes his mindset. He is no longer a footballer. He is a business asset looking for the highest bidder, and that is the saddest conclusion of all for a player who had the world at his feet. Do you agree with the phenomenon? Has Vini's ego finally become bigger than Real Madrid, or is the media unfairly targeting him? Drop your honest opinion below.